Okay, so I am going to go over the EMF reader message that I got the other day, and after that we'll get into cards to see if I can pull a little bit more information on that EMF reader. If you are interested in dealing with an EMF reader and getting your own messages, you can download one off of the Play Store, and then obviously you'll need to get to know it for a couple of weeks, just so that spirit and your guides know that you'll be actively dealing with it. And then they'll start tuning in and putting words through the EMF reader for you. When you get those words, you'll Google the definitions to them and you'll write them out and then put them together, and that's how you'll create your message. So for the one I got, it is going to start off with mark words on a surface to try and find something, seeking carefully something in a particular place. This action is a good idea uh, due to an obligation or duty is no longer applicable. A physical thing in a conflict is now free from disturbance, so it does not have intense negative, or it's saying don't have intense negative emotions towards people due to their omission to affect your success. So you possibly could be constantly looking something up or trying to find information on something that you're dealing with, and you're not finding anything, but it just won't leave you alone. Like, your gut is telling you that there is something there. Um, the EMF reader is saying that the whatever it is you're looking for has carefully been placed in a certain spot, whether it be online or research through textbooks or whatever, in order to make it harder to find. And it's because it's been under like surveillance or lock and key of something, but due to a conflict happening, this thing is no longer being surveillance, not being monitored or looked over anymore. So, but Spirit is also saying that it does not want you to have intense negative emotions towards these people once you do find it and the information that you're looking for. It says a youth will come forward about a body of facts to solve a crime that they received information for. Your being authentic is a crucial element. You doing the work and understanding yourself rather than seeking to be understood has others admiring you for being on a self-defeating pursuit. So, meaning there's probably an investigation going on and somebody came forward, somebody who is of a youth, so under the age of an adult, and this youth provided some details or actual physical evidence that probably collaborates with something that you've been claiming. Um, but because there is an investigation, you've also been being watched. They're finding that you are authentic, right? You're not lying about what you said, but also they're watching you go inside yourself to make changes to improve yourself, instead of putting on a front to have a persona of somebody who didn't do anything wrong. So in other words, you're taking responsibility where you need to, and you're fixing yourself in other areas as well during this time period. Says to discover or locate something that has a strong effect on someone's feelings about something that was counted against someone. Someone's male child tests positive on a medical test result. So you could potentially find out that a male child has been sexually abused and has caught something. It says there was a conversation in a vehicle about a need to move away from the street life. This conversation, and this literally is giving quotes on what was said in this vehicle. So this person has nothing to show for their life. The other person in the vehicle, so there's two people in the vehicle that are having this conversation, says this person that wants to move away is saying that they have nothing to show for their life. The other person in the vehicle is claiming them as something that they own and that they possess. So to me, that makes me feel like it's a parent or a partner that is possibly taking care of this person majority of their relationship. Okay. It says this person then tells the other person in the car that they have lived and existed a long time. So that statement makes me feel that it's a parent, okay? Because it's like the child is saying, well, you've lived your life. Like, why do I have to still be under your control? You know, you've already done what you needed to do. Let me go out and experience life now. It says they are asking them to leave them to live their own life. The older person is fighting them on the need to break free due to the reputation perceived about them by the public, and they consider this more valuable than money. So this parent has a reputation, a persona to uphold, and the reason why this male child is being controlled is because the parent needs to ensure that this persona stays upheld. And this persona could possibly be something that brings them in income, or maybe whatever is said about the male child is what brings in income with the public and this parent. It says they don't feel they have any worth or personal value because they're being controlled. Being a good sport has now been played out. So this person feels that the role they're playing, they were asked to play it. They were sat down and told that this would be hold on one second. So this parent sat this child down and told them that this was the role that they were going to play. To me, that now makes it feel that whatever this parent is doing in the public eye and this persona that this parent has to uphold is a scam, because if you're having your child act a certain way in order to receive whatever funds or help you're getting, and the child is now tired of playing that role because it's not real, you have somebody out here who's scamming. It says this person then shrugged it off as if they just need to sleep. So the parent is not taking their kid seriously, and this is a problem because here you could have a parent who has put this male child in this role for so long that this male child literally has not been able to break away and have their own life, not work a job, not learn how to pay bills, nothing like that. So when she shrugs it off, it's like, not gonna make it anyways. This is silly talk. Like, why are you even you know you can't make it type of thing. And then it says They just need sleep. Okay, so telling them, I'll go sleep it off. You'll feel better when you wake up. You won't be in the same mood. And then it says, or help with cognitive restructuring. So this parent is now threatening to have this person's brain messed with if they don't stop talking like that, right? So to me, that gives the impression like, okay, well, we have told people that you're sick or you have this problem with you, and keep fucking with me, I'm gonna really give you that problem, right? An outcome of an action or event due to a commitment. That is the conversation they had. This male child committed to playing this role. And so the mother is now saying, I'm not going to get in trouble if I do this to you because they already think you're in this condition. Now they have an idea that a person may be guilty of a crime or offense. This is the male child that has this idea now, okay? So it's hitting this male child like, oh, my parent is more sinister than I thought. Feels he was positioned in an agreement to be the cause, so they could have satisfaction for an action or event. So this male child is now realizing that he has been the front man for a lot of things that this parent has been doing, and maybe some of these actions have resulted negatively or hurt people, but it's not going to come back on the parent, right? Because she has positioned this male child to be, we're talking about the brain here, so mentally unstable, I would say. It says the feeling of an aha moment that they were being used as a pawn, and they now see everyone looks at them as their ability to reason or make decisions has drastically deteriorated. So this parent has this male child looking extremely unstable, unsafe, hostile, something where along the lines of, if he even disagrees with this parent whatsoever, just the slightest, she has the ability to put them in the hospital. A person of strong Scottish descent. So now we're dealing with somebody else now, okay? A strong person with Scottish descent has passed away, shared an enduring bond. So this person with Scottish descent has some type of connection to this person in the car with their parent, okay? This could be through a partner. This could be through friends, whatever. They're just not blood related. Says, with someone this person is tied to and is making it his mission to protect his family member and to ensure they suffer an irreversible decay and depth of sorrow of the soul. So for a passed on person who is making it known that their bloodline is very much still strong, right, in today's day, is haunting this person, okay? Now, you'd have to ask why, okay? Because there's something going on here for the mother, the parent, to be able to control the male child and threaten them if they don't continue to play along. And now you have this deceased person who's coming in saying, I'm haunting their ass, and I'm going to make sure that they die, they decay, okay? That their soul is stuck in a sorrowful place, meaning this person is getting eaten up and riddled with regret. Says they knew I was sick, and she knew where I had been going the last few visits. This is quote, like this is a real situation that's going on here. Last few visits, found an inside source. That lady contacted my care provider and pitched the value-based care. I didn't know what value-based care is, okay? So I had to Google what value-based care was. Value-based care is where a provider gets paid a bonus, okay, a certain amount of money to keep the patient in a certain level, a certain standard of care, to where they can't get in trouble or sued for either providing less care or, negligent care, but keeps the healthcare industry from having to fork out all this money just to care for them. So that's medications, that's hospital visits, doctor visits, whatever. If this person is extremely sick and their illness is going to cost a lot of money, okay, and let's say they're on state medical, the hospital and the insurance company and the pharmacies, they don't want to deal with this person. This person just needs to they need to go away. Okay, so this mother, this person that this dead person is talking about, is very much aware of this system. Okay, so she gets wind that this dead person is sick, okay, has this illness that's going to cost a lot of money for this healthcare provider to keep alive, and pitches the idea of the value-based care. Meaning, I know it's going to take you guys a lot of money to care for this individual. Well, I'm going to just say that, what if I help you out some? Okay, I'm going to, and I need you not to start an investigation type of thing. So she could have very well have caused an issue where this person ended up in the hospital on dying or about to die by the time they made it there. And it was the hospital's duty, okay, to make sure that an investigation did not start in regards to this person based off this value-based care. They knew they wouldn't help me, is what it says. Now it says, there is a grandmother who is representing the ancestral team and is placing her right, legacy, wisdom, and instructions around the neck of a mother who is related to this person who has passed. There is a spiritual delivery that is a new phase of life with new understanding. And this is going to be a passing of knowledge and heritage that is meant to be a constant guide for this mother. Now it says, someone in transition changed, possibly. Someone in transition and change possibly has a bat as their spiritual totem animal while in transition. Now, I don't like bats. Bats are creepy as all hell, right? So I had to look up what exactly the bat represents, because to me, if I hadn't looked this up and you told me that it was bad, I would say this bitch is evil as hell. But apparently not. It says the bat symbolizes heightened intuition and ability to perceive hidden truths. Says meaning uses one's inner senses to navigate uncertainty and embrace personal transformation. So now we have someone who has been gifted this necklace, this rite of passage from an ancestor, and this ancestor is related to this passed on person, okay? And this gift has now given this person the ability, one, to have heightened intuition, but to also see what is being hidden just by looking at people. Hold on one second. Okay. Now we have someone engaged in something out of competition over the shape of something to look like an issue or secret. A romantic relationship look like a secret or a romantic relationship. Okay, so somebody was told something about somebody having this romantic relationship, okay? Um and so they made it a competition, right? So if you're going to compete with that, that means you'd go out and find a partner to one up the one who's already, moved on. Then it says uncertainty is going to cause trouble and conflict. So this person was most likely lied to about it being a romantic relationship, and realized that it probably was a platonic or just a friendship. Okay. And so when you have competition, everybody should know that jealousy and other ugly types of acts follow into that. So because it ended like that, cliffhanger, I'm going to pull some cards to see if I can get a little bit more information on that situation. And why the hell not with the fortune cards, since they're almost correct every time. Hold on, let me find the male card. That way we can be distinct here. Okay, here's the male card. So the male card is going to represent the male child in the car with the parent, okay? Since they were told about a secret or new relationship that they got in competition about, okay? Says the bride ensures for a single person the fulfillment of their highest aims when near, if distant, turbulent married life. So the bride is distant from the male card, okay? If the bride was right up under the male, it would suggest that they're happy, right? But because she's under, this person who was in competition and hurried up and found another partner, their marriage is now turbulent. It's suffering. And why? Because she lied. We have children signify friendly disposition and gentleness, but the children are further away. So the children are not getting along with her or the parent. And then this says roses indicate beauty and rugged health. The roses are furthest away from the male, okay? So you're looking at turbulent health right now, and somebody is waking up and realizing their partner, their beer goggles or whatever must have came off, or the dope wore off, realizing their partner is not attractive. The anchor denotes successful ventures in business and love, and surrounded by 11, 13, 29, 30, 31. 35, breach of trust. Near the dog, fidelity, the one you love. Okay, so with the anchor, this person was tricked into this marriage, this relationship, because their partner gave them the impression that, one, they'd not only have money, right? They'd have successful business ventures, but it's also suggesting that they'd be surrounded by all the things in life that you can lavish yourself with. This says the clover leaf is the bearer of good tidings, but if near clouds, it denotes great chagrin or chagrin, whatever that is. If, however, number 2 does not lie near 29 or 28, ooh, it does. Be short of duration. Okay, so here's card 28. These people are going through massive money issues, as well as the luck. And it's 5 on 5. So they're going through a huge change right now. You've got the male card, who has turned on the bride. This is funny how this is laying out. The male card is 2 of hearts, okay? Showing he wants a partner. Then right underneath that, you have the king of spades. So he has turned cold, okay? He has turned cutthroat. And this is the bride card. Underneath that, you have the queen of diamonds. So this is the money-hungry bitch who knew what he was coming from, not realizing that's mom's money, okay? Not his ability to make that money. And mom has him on mental illness status, okay? So do you think she's really going to fork out for him like that? And now he wants to get married, okay? So whatever. But now he's realizing that there's lies within the marriage, okay? Now waking up, they either both think each other are ugly or one over the other, whatever. And then you have the luck is turning around. There's no money. The children don't like you. The house is in chaos. It's in disarray and deep regret. You've got spades after spade, and then your club. Like, so he's going to people, going and complaining about this to the friends. All right. Here we have the bouquet of flowers, an absolute indication of long and happy life. If children are near, which they are, extraordinary honors and fame. Okay. Your bouquet of flowers is in reverse. It came up with the hearts at the bottom. And then it says near children. So this is suggesting that this person has gotten wind, okay, of somebody under extraordinary honors and fame. This person is going to be in relation to the children. So the children are either talking about the mother, okay, which sarcastically you could say is making her famous, right, when people are talked about a lot. And that could be causing the rift in the house. Or this mother is actually successful, okay, and the children are starting to realize the dysfunction in the house that they're in, and they want to go back to their original mom. We have the Scythe, which is prestigious disappointment, and when near the coffin, early death. Ooh. That's scary. Stop giving me all those. Just one more. We have the eye near denotes great interest taken by friends. When distant, it signifies suspicion. It flipped in, so the eye was near here. Meaning this person is probably watching the other person, whoever this other person is. They're watching a third party. The moon, when near, is a good omen. It predicts fortune. When distant, it's exposure of your secrets. So the moon came in upright, putting it distant. So this person's secrets are going to be exposed. The third party, there's a third party that they are watching. This person is sick. Okay, I did not get the coffin, so probably not near death yet. Um, this person is found that someone is near honors and fame. This could be the children's mother. That's typically what it would go with. They're experiencing bad luck. This female that they're with has really sunken her anchor into him. He's gonna have a hard time leaving this person. It's not gonna work out too well. The roses indicate they're now realizing how ugly each other are. They don't like each other. The children do not like either one of them. And the bride is a gold digger. She tricked him into thinking that she was going to be able to fulfill all their highest and mightiest desires. Okay. So now I'm going to see what exactly this passed on spirit here is doing to this male. We have he's out and in your energy and wants to know if you're going to recognize them. So this male person here that we've been talking about, they could possibly be so sick that they don't look like their normal self. Okay. It says will continue to attempt to kill you. It says red. You don't know their real job. And paternal grandmother. So this male this message is either coming from your paternal grandmother, okay, about letting you know that you don't know their real job. This person is seeing red, okay, meaning hot-headed, not thinking correctly, and possibly could be so upset that all they're thinking about is causing you pain. will continue to attempt to kill you. And then he's out and in your energy, wants to know if you're going to recognize them. Okay. Now, there's also a second way that I am going to take this. Okay. There is another party. Okay. That is involved. Now, we can say that this is the passed on spirit that is taking form using someone's body to haunt this male, okay? And this spirit is letting him know that they're going to continue to attempt to kill this man. Red. This passed on spirit could be somebody who liked the color red, who was called red, or who is letting them know, like, you're gonna see red when I'm coming at you. And then says you don't know their real job. This could be spirit letting them know, like, you don't realize that this person you see in front of you, I'm just using their body, but I'm here to collect yours, type of thing, right? Now there's one more view of this, okay? Because of the aspect of this whole scenario, and a male spirit was taken out by the mother, I would assume that this mother parent figure did not take this other male out herself, okay? So let's just say we're talking about a hitman. This hitman could be somebody who goes by the name Red, saying you don't know their real job. So this hitman could be somebody who is in your environment around you, and you don't know who they are. You've never met them. And so far they're under contract. So they are to continue to attempt to complete this job until it's done. So the attempts won't stop. And letting you know he's out in your energy and wants to know if you're going to recognize him. So this hitman could be somebody who's able to change up their looks, whether that be wearing costumes, makeup, so forth, or you want to talk magic wise, they could be body jumping. Now, when the fortune cards came out, it says that there's kids involved, right? So for it to say paternal grandmother, and we're talking about a male in the car with a parent, I'm going to assume that that's letting me know that this male man-child, his mother, would be the paternal grandmother. She's the one that is causing this issue and sending these people out. We have purpose, so there's a reason why somebody's purpose, or there's a reason why they're doing it. We have act of love, observation, we have the wise guy, we have self-care, and we have leadership. So this mother and this male and the wife counterpart are both realizing that in order for them to keep obtaining the life that they're living, and affording the things that they're buying, they're going to need to get a hold of someone's purpose. And the reason being is because whoever's purpose that they're after, it is one that is going to be drawing in a great deal of money once this person steps into it and is able to get to know their purpose and use it, and then infiltrate it into a moneymaker. These people are retarded because it's against universal law to take people's purpose and shit like that. It's not gonna work. Yeah, optimism. They sure are optimistic about being able to complete this. The spirit realm is the only thing that can reroute some shit like that, okay? You have to be either God himself, an archangel, which was directed by God on going on ahead and taking someone's purpose, and those are the or a seraphim angel, okay, and they're the watchers. So if you're outside of those three what do you call it, you know, when you work a job and you have a problem, you have to go through like each ranks? Yeah. When if you're outside of those three ranks, you can't take someone's purpose from them. You can conjure up an evil entity all you want, but at the end of the day, those entities still answer to the council, the higher council. There's God. You got God at the table. You got the devil at the table. You have the archangels at the table. You have the seraphims at the table, right? They don't get to just take someone's purpose. They're directed to do that. So a human who has no spiritual rank whatsoever is not going to be able to kill somebody and then have their purpose. I mean, you can't tangibly see a purpose. It's not an object. So how are you going to take possession of it? This is when like they need to make spiritual guidelines and rules for dummies. Here you have the snake survive in the hospitality. They've sent this snake out after this person, after you, whoever, several times. Okay, so that's going to tell me this person is, in fact, body jumping. This entity is taking over people's bodies, and it's probably sick people, okay, who are on their way out anyways, because he can only be in the body for so long, okay, and then once he leaves, the body automatically dies anyways. So if he did somebody that was healthy, he would have been caught a long time ago. So he's finding people who are sick, okay, to take their bodies from them. And this person is coming around you in an attempt to take your life. The only thing is you're surviving each time. And it's saying the hospitality behind it. You got to know who it is because it's showing you entertain it. You're entertaining the snake. Like, you know who they are, but it's like you have a knowing that they can't touch you. They can't do it. Addiction. So either you're getting the snake um, into some form of addiction, and that's how you're able to throw this snake off from the action that they're trying to commit, or this snake has brought this addiction to you unaware of that you're able to actually hold your own when under the influence. Self-preservation. So you could have been somebody that researched um, all types of things in your earlier days, and one of them being addiction and forms of drugs, right? You could have done research to the point where it gave you knowledge on how to preserve yourself when you're in between your binges or while you're actively on your substance, okay? And in a sense, this is helping you because you're able to prevent yourself from getting so incapacitated that you can't have control over yourself. So now we have money laundering. The money laundering is happening out of state. And this money laundering is happening by a gang member. Okay, this gang member could have possibly moved out of state and gotten themselves a new home, or this gang member that is a part of this money laundering is about to buy themselves a new home, or this gang member is the hitman or is the one that is recruiting the hitman and is a part of this money laundering that is also involving other states and has promised this hitman a new home. We have the here and now. So there is somebody around you right now or in the next day or two that is going to come around you that is going to either be well aware of the situation that is happening or is going to be the hitman themselves. I am now going to see what Divine would like for you to do. So you just need to be aware that the male that is going to be approaching you, coming around you, is not the original soul of that man. That man that is going to be coming around you is sick and is embodying the entity that is trying to take you out. Okay. God wants you to be very well aware. You keep your intuition and your mind open. Use discernment. Do not open the door to these people. Do not let them in your house. If you have to interact with them, be in public and do not let them touch you. You do not want any exchange of energy or physical contact whatsoever. All right, so I think I'm going to end there because that is quite a bit of information right now. And if it resonated, great. Please use it as a guide on how you should maneuver yourself. Again, don't open your door. Stay in public if you have to. Know that you have spirit guides and this passed on family member that is doing the haunting and the tormenting to ensure that their soul is going to receive judgment for what has happened. Okay, stay safe. If it does not resonate, thanks for watching. Please check out my other videos and don't forget to hit like, share, and subscribe. And if it resonates for someone that you know, go on ahead and pass the video off to them. Okay.